Sometimes, when you take a look at humans' creativity, it shows you, my friend, the beauty of each and every soul out there. Welcome on today's episode. On this one, we shall be spreading good vibes, love, peace, honesty, forgiveness, and kindness to the whole world by reacting to incredible videos. Others, beautiful children of God doing incredible things. Others, disasters of this earth. Not just that, my friend, even things that might blow your mind. But through all this, we shall be spreading our message. But first, let's hear the message from the Book of Wisdom, the Constitution of Human Beings, the Book of Life. It says today, give strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. That is from Isaiah chapter 40, verse 29, going down. Interesting, right? A child of God. Let's give thanks to the mighty Creator and dive in on today's episode. Wonderful Father, thank you for your creations. Thank you for your beautiful, precious child to this viewer. Thank you for directing them to this channel, Father. And thank you for the interesting experience we shall have together with you, Father. Thank you for your mercies and forgiveness of all our sins. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Child of God, let's take a look at this.
I freely admit that this is a stolen idea. I believe it was from Maine Granite. I'm not positive. Anyways, it's a rock wind chime, and I loved it. And I went to buy one, and they didn't have any more available, so I built one.
This is interesting, my friend.
I adore it.
What?
Absolutely adore it.
Look at what that good vibes guy came up with. Interesting,
Well,
right?
I know. I don't believe lighthouses.
Listen to this.
No ships on the water, straight up and down. Actually, I know for a fact they didn't build any of the. They didn't, just like they didn't build the castles. They did not build these lighthouses. Now ask yourself something. Does this look like something that's going to be sitting up inside of a stone structure in the middle of the ocean in the 1700s? Does this look like, think about it, are you about to go and spend your time here building that
Maybe
just so that you can have a light?
they had
in the middle
nothing
of
to
the ocean?
do.
How are you even getting materials there? How is that even occurring? Why would you even do that? Isn't that a damn good question? We can't do it now. If you told somebody, yo, man, go out in the middle of the ocean, make us one of these right now. You know how long that would take? Now look at the components in here. They didn't build this shit. Look at that technology. Look at this. Come on, man. Oh, I got their ass now. You see this right here? This is like the main light of the lighthouse. Now let's just take a look at this. You see the copper wire that's going up into there, and then you got this here, and then you got like this crazy refractory glass stuff that's going on. First off, what is power in this? Who put this here in the mid 17, 18, whenever they trying to tell you they found it? Who put this here? Why would you put this here? Look at this technology. Look at this. Now, I want you to listen to what the tour guide says to my friend when she asks him a very, very good question into regards to what is power in this.
Okay, let's listen to this.
How is this powered?
Wow, look at this thing.
So how is this powered again?
like an old clock, heavy weight would just kind of,
And what caused the light to light?
kerosene, and then subsequently, gas.
Gas. Okay. And where was
I'm not
and where was the gas tank stored in order to be able to facilitate?
In the middle somewhere.
In the middle somewhere.
It
Okay.
sounds like you also don't know.
Wouldn't it make more sense for the gas to be closer to the actual V?
I can't believe this thing is from the past.
Copper wire is there.
Must be more, yeah?
Okay.
So there's two more coming down from the top.
Eventually.
So you're recommended.
Look at this technology.
I'm just trying.
So eventually, I think those copper wires led her here. But let's ask us a real question. Look at everything that's set up here. Look at everything that's going on. Is somebody coming out to the lighthouse to fill these kerosene tanks up so that you can keep pumping out light? Does this even make any sense? Look at this technology, all of this stuff. Look at all the componentry and the engineering that's going into, once again, a stone pillar in the middle of nowhere just so that you can have a light. A light that looks like this, which is just, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Look, shiny gold copper coil that goes right up there just so that you can have a, once again, bright, beautiful light. Who's controlling this out in the middle of nowhere, keeping the kerosene pumping? Like, doesn't sound anywhere near efficient. It's not efficient now, and we could pull it off with the right personnel and funding. But back then, how would you even, it doesn't make any sense.
Is it just me or does it sound like brother here is up to something?
Really, though.
Please tell us in the comment section.
No, and they did not build this, and no. Ain't no way. You got this right here inside one of these. I mean, just come on now. Give me a break.
It's for entertainment. But look at this. What? Hey, my friends, this is extreme technology. Look at the size of this thing, how it is made. Is it that humans became less creative with the time, or what happened? Because if this thing is true, it is from the past, then by right now, people could have built even more remote lighthouses out there. But it's strange, according to our friends' information, that there are only those that used to be there in the past. Crazy stuff, my
I'm going to try
friends.
to explain this in brief because TikTok hates when I do long videos. So a lot of people have expressed surprise, confusion, curiosity about the coated puppies in my litter, and then learning that coated cholos exist in period. So I'm just going to quickly explain why coated cholos exist and the genetics behind it. So the hairless gene comes from a mutation of the FOXY3 gene, that's FOXI3, and it causes this hairlessness and shallow tooth roots. So a lot of hairless cholos and hairless Peruvian dogs, as well as Chinese crested, the true hairless ones, will be missing dentition. Taika has 3 incisors on top, 6 on the bottom, and she has her molars and a few premolars, but no canines, and she is missing most of her premolars. This
Maybe
does
the
not
animal
slow them
is
down
sick,
at
my
all, and does
friends.
not cause any health issues. Now, every single hairless cholo has only one copy of the hairless gene. This is because that in its
This one is
homozygous
new.
form, the gene is lethal, meaning that any embryo that ends up with 2 copies of the hairless gene will simply be reabsorbed into the womb.
What?
They will not be born, they will not ever develop into anything resembling a puppy. So then, every single hairless also has a copy of the knock hairless gene, which means coated. So even when we breed
Dog
2
looks like it
hairless
is
dogs
hearing
together,
this guy say
we
this,
still
and it
get
is
a
also
mixture of
surprised.
coated
Look.
and hairless puppies. Now, in
He's
this case,
wondering,
the sire was a
is
coated
this
dog,
true?
and we still ended up with more hairless dogs than we did coated, which is why we can still breed hairless to coated or hairless to hairless. Both breedings are
The young
correct
from the
and
dog, it
good,
thinks
so
the guy
that is, in
maybe
brief,
is
an
not telling
explanation
the
of why
truth.
we have both hairless and coated cholos. Now, the coated can be shown.
What is good
It
about
can
this
be more
dog?
challenging for them to finish, to earn their champion title in conformation, only because the hairless dogs are really the defining characteristic for most people of the breed. For me personally, the defining characteristic is the structure, the history and the temperament of the
That's
breed.
why people
But most
they
people,
make
when they think
something
of
that
Cholo, they're
maintain
thinking of a dog
humanity.
that
Let's
looks like
hope it
Tyga.
doesn't reach there, because if
If you
this
have any
is a
questions about
mix
how
of science
decoded
things,
genes
is
work, or
mind
how the
blowing. Look at
hairlessness
this
works, about the
animal.
colors
To
of
me, it
cholos,
looks
or anything
sick,
like
to be
that,
honest,
feel
but
free
I'm
to
surprised
ask.
it's a different breed of animals in English lands. We have seen lots of them lately, strange ones. Samsung, Toshiba, Nakachimi, Motorola. What? Those are the companies of the
Been living in the
Bitcoin
same
guy, or
place
am
for
I
more than
wrong?
5 years, and you feel like you feel stuck, right? Not only stuck, but things are actually going poorly. You have to check astrocartography. And I know astrocartography had its moment in social media. I know it had its viral moment where people were like, oh, move to your Jupiter line or your Venus line. Dude, it's way more complicated than that. Do you know how many people I speak to
What are
who
those
have
fast?
Pluto running through the 8th house? And exactly how destructive that is? They literally end up in abusive, secretive relationships that don't get uncovered until years and years and years later. So when you're looking at astrocartography, it's not even just the angular house, it's also actually the 8th house. I only want to make this video because I've seen it so many times over the past few weeks as my my videos were going viral. Stop forcing life. This is not like, I don't really care what you decide to do and how you live your life. I really don't care. But all I can tell you is that when people come to me and they say, I've been living in the same place for 5+ years and everything has been stuck, stagnant, not moving, I immediately go to, there's an environmental problem. You have a unique compatibility with where you live.
You
If you
understanding
want an
this, my
easier life, you
friends?
have to
Myself,
start
I'm
accepting
lost
that.
here a
Stop,
bit.
stop like listening to this, like, you know, mind over matters. Just stop. Okay, we are all fragile, feeble creatures that can be hit by a car and just die the next day. Do you really think you have that much power over your environment? I don't think so. Wake up.
The first trillionaire on planet Earth will not be Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos.
Uh-huh.
The first trillionaire is a guy that you have never heard of. And you know the funny thing about
Who's
it
that guy?
is that he already have the money in his account and we all can see it. He's
Wow.
just waiting for the right time to strike. His name is Satoshi Nakamoto. He
Satoshi
created Bitcoin
Nakamoto.
and he kept 1 million Bitcoin in one wallet,
What?
which is publicly available. Anybody can see it, but you can't take the money. And by the time Bitcoin hits $1 million, this guy will be worth $1 trillion. The difference, however, is that this is liquid. So it's not that he just has some stock in a company. This will be $1 trillion in a crypto wallet. Satoshi Nakamoto. Remember the name.
Samsung, Toshiba, Motorola. Does it link with what you just saw? Oh yeah.
All right, he is
Another dog.
hydrating. Let's see
Guy.
what he does here. He's going for the mat. Oh, shit. Almost, Hermie.
English
Almost,
people.
bud. You got about,
What's up
I would
with
say about
these
40,
dogs?
50% on the mat. Depends on how much comes
From
out.
this
Let's
side
step
of
in
the
it.
world, I
Good
see
job.
only like
Now come step on
two
the
breeds
bed.
of dog. One we ever saw
And
it
I will
here.
go clean up the mess that you didn't make. Go
And now
sniff the
this that I've been
vent.
seeing, I'm always surprised. Look at the size of the
Go
legs.
ahead, it's over there. There you go.
And they
Sniff,
are
sniff,
very wise,
sniff.
these animals.
Nope, mommy's not home yet. You don't smell her through the vent. Or any food cooking down there.
It's like even animals in
Alright.
English lands are
I will get
advanced.
up and clean the
Because
pee before it
Hi.
ruins the floor. Come put your pee.
Hi! The legs. Is it normal for a dog to have such short
gotta
legs?
explain this shit
Look
to me.
sick.
Deadpool. Deer. Where did Deadpool go?
Yeah.
Deadpool. Deer, where the fuck?
Or maybe those are two stickers. How is that possible? That one is an illusion of some kind.
Hey y'all, so
A friend found the question to escape poverty.
good
Let's
stuff.
listen.
I'm gonna do some crazy math with you, and just let's plug in some numbers and see if we can get some ideas out of this. But let's go over the equation, and I'll talk to you about how I think about it. All right. So again, big M money equals MC squared plus PC squared. So that's what is that? Mass times the speed of light squared. plus momentum times the speed of light squared. So the way that I think about that, your mass and the speed of light, that's hours. That's your hours of energy. Your other one, your momentum times the speed of light, that's momentum, but it's momentum of your hours, right? Because you're adding those two things together. You're adding your hours and the momentum of your hours. Boom. Okay? And we can plug that in a moment. And then you have two other variables, all right? You have time, but this time is infinite, or it can be infinite. And then you have what Daniel was calling Christ consciousness, but I like to call more like crowd consciousness, okay? Because really, this is you getting any sort of public on your side for anything, okay? Energy. The only thing you can do first is solve for the first energy, all right? So let's say we want to make $1,000, but we want to do it in a week, but we only really work 5 days. Think about your energy that way. We're only solving for the energy you are using to make this money. Okay, $1,000. We've got 8 hours of work in a day, right? Per day. And then 5 days. Okay, cool. All right, so in this equation, we can cancel out the squares. We can cancel out the speeds of light. So you have mass plus momentum. So you have your hours is your mass, and your momentum is the amount of days you can do either consecutively or in a week. And that's where you get your 40 hours, okay? And then, you're multiplying here. In order to solve on that side, you would divide. This is crazy math, right? $200 a day. If your time is a day, that's what you're making in a day, right? But we haven't even put in this part of the equation yet. Okay, so this time is exponential, right? Okay, so this one, we're in 2D. This one, we're in 3D. Okay, this time is exponential. You're squaring or you're cubing it. So this is when you say, I want to make this number bigger. Let's say we want to make $10,000, but we want a month, 30 days. Okay, so now we are committing to $2,000 a day, but actually we need to change this. So these numbers might actually be the same. Momentum and time could be the same, or they could run concurrently, or you could change this to like a year maybe if you wanted to, and then you could solve for the month and then whatever. The third part is the crowd variable, the unknown. This is I gotta look good to go on a job interview. This is I gotta make sure that the manager sees me clocking in on time. That's a crowd variable, right? And it's unknown, and it's unknown forever. If anybody could solve for that, you're out of poverty easily, right? Get people to like you, they're gonna give you whatever you want, right? Or that's the idea. Or they'll get you to further your goal as long as that goal is not detrimental to them. So that's the long and short of it. That is the poverty equation, though. You got to figure out how much time you have to work and what that time is worth. Okay, and then from there, you can extrapolate that and look a month ahead, look 6 months ahead. Am I going to be in the same place, or do I need to do something different, right? And then or you can see sense. Like where you're spending your other time and what that time is worth, right? If you're doing side hustles and things, if you're doing DoorDash, you could work this equation out in the car and see how long you're spending in the car total versus how much money you're actually making during the actual, DoorDash. This is just an example. Anyway, give me your thoughts.
That's interesting.
This is the difference between boys and girls.
Which one? Tell us.
He shoves his entire face in.
This is good vibes. They look adorable.
He smushes, and Matilda delicately eats one piece of carrot at a time.
This one, it feels like you've trained them like that.
And of course, since Jovi is guarding them, he gets a few as well.
Good vibes, human.
Finish?
This is lovely. This one have incredible person. This one is all incredible, beautiful creatures of God. Oh, look at this.
I've never seen a cat.
Some intelligent cat showed up on someone's doorstep. And guess what, my friend? Showed up on the right person's doorstep. A veterinary person, a person that works in a veterinary.
They found her.
The cat was quite strange. Look at how it looks like. Wow. Wow. But it looks like a normal cat. From this side of the world, I think I've seen cats that look like this. Why is it strange? Why do they look you think it's strange? My friend, come look at this cat. Why do these people think this cat is strange?
You think she's colorful? No.
So good vibes. I'm always surprised by these things sometimes.